Welcome back, everybody, to the Daddy Show. Here I have with me the commissioner of our wonderful league, Sam. Sam, do you want to shout yourself out? Maybe tell everybody your socials, something like that.
I'm here. You don't need to know my socials. I'm just here.
I'll link it in the description, okay? All right, so Sam's back again. We did a team builder together, so I'm going to post that also. The team builder went, what would you say, Sam, about an hour longer than we expected it to?
Something like that, yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to post that one. I think it'll be... It's always interesting to see how different coaches look at different matchups. So if you're new, or even if you're an older coach and you want to see how me and Sam kind of spitball some ideas back and forth and talk about it, talk about the way that we built this team, it was really fun for us to do. We'll see if people think it's interesting, but I really had a good time doing it, and I'm glad that you joined me. So thanks again for that.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And just for all of you, just for the information, it's more of like a live team builder than like the other style of team builders we usually have. Is more like here's the team that I already made, where Daddy and I were kind of just like building. It's more like a building video. Yeah,
we started with like just sort of like a base team, and we kind of worked from there and made some changes. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So let's jump in. You want to talk really quickly about what you think some key mons are going to be from Ben this week?
Yeah, so big things that I was worried about for you, Runerigus, honestly a big one. Just tough to break it. Crawdont, super powerful, but Crawdont is going to be a game of speed control. It's either going to knock you out a lot of the time, or you're going to knock it out, I feel like. And then like other big threats on this team, like Alakazam doesn't look great. If it comes, I think it's coming for speed swap stuff. Bouffalant looks fine, but you're not terribly terrified of a Bouffalant. Roserade does some work, but Dragonite dispatches it pretty easily. And then beyond that, like the Electivire Seeking mode doesn't look like too good to me. So I think the main threats are Runerigus and Crawdont, and then beyond that, it's sort of whatever Ben wants to bring.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the other video. Ben has a super wide team, but really quickly, here's what we decided to go with. So Golisopod is something that I expected to be pretty big in this matchup. The priority first impression is really nice, and then it just hits hard, super bulky. Sylveon, we talked about Throat Spray over Pixie Plate, and we'll see if that plays into the matchup at all here. But Throat Spray, Hyper Voice is two-shotting everything on his team. According to the calcs, Dragonite we thought was going to be really huge in the matchup with no Dragon Resists on Ben's team. I had a feeling that this thing would go off. Tauros is here for speed control, just to chunk some damage at him. Decent attack, really fast with Choice Scarf, outspeeding everything on his team, even with a Scarf. Outside of Alakazam, Scarf Alakazam would still outspeed this. Dusknoir, we talked a little bit about him in the other video. Threw Dusknoir in there as like sort of a last-ditch effort. Get an ally switch off in case he had some really big counters to Dragonite or Sylveon, which we were hoping would sweep. And then Siglif is here for speed control through Whirlwind on there, which I think is an interesting tech. Tailwind, of course, to get us going fast. Energy Ball for the Crawdont and the Runerigus, which I agree, that was my biggest concern for this week, was that guy. And then Psychic just for some stab damage. So, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, Sam has not seen the replays yet. So I did play Ben earlier today. So I'm going to kind of kick it over to you, Sam. I'm going to let you handle the commentary and analysis for this part.
Okay, so just looking at this team again, I'm not necessarily scared of Charizard, but it's on my radar. Just looking back at what we built, could be an issue.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't be too bad.
And we did decide to switch Aquajet for Leech Life. So I did lose that priority water move, which was doing, I think, like 70% to Charizard, a lot.
was doing a lot. Yeah.
We do have the Rock Slide here on Tauros, which will be outspeeding the Charizard no matter what. So that's pretty huge. But yeah, Charizard,
all I wonder is just if Tauros isn't in the lead or has already been dispatched of you have enough to stop Charizard. I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Here we go, game 1, and we do see the Charizard.
All right, so team preview. So I see the Seaking, which I would usually think means Electivire, but it's with the Stunfisk. So I'm thinking Trick Room here. On a Trick Room team, I'm then thinking maybe Speed Swap Alakazam. Duraludon Alakazam could be something with Speed Control or Speed Swap. Also, I think Alakazam gets Sunny Day for Charizard. That Seaking maybe is just there to protect Charizard. But against like a Magnezone. But other than that, oh wait, there's no Crawdon.
There's no Crawdon. I was shocked when I saw that. I was really shocked.
Yeah, that's surprising. So
it's Stunfisk right there, in case you couldn't see it tucked away.
Yeah, so Duraludon, I think, is the main sweeper here, which I think favors you.
Yeah, and that Duraludon is one that I was a little concerned about leading into the matchup, too.
It puts more weight on Charizard than I would want for Ben. So I already kind of like where you are here. I would be a little worried about the Stunfisk. If I were playing Ben, I would just see that and be like, "Oh, I'm about to get absolutely gamed."
What is that?
But that's not necessarily. Yeah, that's not necessarily like a Stunfisk is great here. It's more like a what does Ben have in plan for Stunfisk? Because I know it's Ben.
Right. Yeah. So Ben, of course, came with the crazy stuff.
Yeah. Do you wanna switch sides just so we're looking?
Yeah, sure. How do you do that?
It's next to go to.
Where it says switch sides. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so on your team, what would I bring into this? So no Crawdon. There was nothing that was really held back by Crawdon. Everything was sort of purposed to be good against Crawdon. So I guess
Crawdon,
yeah. So Dusknoir looks a lot better here now. Could be a really strong disruption. Sigilyph also, I see like a big Trick Room mode. So I think Sigilyph could be big here. I would be a little worried about it being too passive, but I would potentially consider leading Tauros Sigilyph. And just sort of scout out what he's trying to do, because this really does look like a Trick Room team to me, but maybe he's doing like Alakazam Sunny Day. But then you have the Rock Slide for that.
Yeah, and I was I was considering leading Tauros. Decided against it at the last second, but Sigilyph is this is what we brought it for, right? So let's jump into it. Let's see how it goes.
All right. I don't want to see Stunfisk in the lead. Alakazam, as expected.
By the way, you noticed the name?
Alakazam. Oh yeah. He said he would. He said he would name it after me.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Sun here when I see this personally. Ooh, Sylveon does not look fun here.
So there is the Sunny Day.
Yeah, so there's the Sun. And that's... I don't know if that's a big crit, but you have the Sash, so it's fine. Tailwind. Sylveon is not... I don't know... Okay, so... Granted, I don't know what you have in the back, but I would be a little cautious about starting to try to sweep here with Sylveon, because Charizard is one of the big resists. And basically, I would just be worried that Charizard would outpace you on damage if you're not hurting it very much and it has Sun Up. And then also now Alakazam on future turns is not going to be a Sunbot, it's actually going to be doing damage. So
it does have a high special.
I don't know. I don't know what you had in, I don't know if you had a switch for Charizard. It's kind of hard to have a switch for Charizard. But I think Sylveon sweeping here might not be the best idea, but also I think just because of how important Charizard seems to this team, I probably would not have led Sylveon. But I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out.
Sylveon is especially bulky, and if you have a Tauros in the back, that doesn't matter actually. So never mind.
Yeah, I was thinking here. We got the throat spray up. Sylveon does have outrageously high special defense bulk.
If Tauros is in the back, then ignore everything I said, because Tauros will come in Rockside and
Yeah.
probably GG. Because then Sylveon will win. But we'll see. But if Tauros is in the back, okay. Oh, that's a lot of damage actually. That's more than I expected. Okay, so.
Now this is huge.
Yeah.
So
that's really smart by Ben.
Absolutely. Huge thunder wave, and then a lot of damage with that flamethrower and sun.
When I see that Alakazam, I first thought isn't T-Wave, but it makes a lot of sense if you look at this team, just because of the Duraludon and the Charizard.
Yeah, it was really nice tech.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So then I get fully parried.
Yeah. So that's
hurt.
That's like potentially game losing because you're knocking out both with Hyper Voice.
So that's exactly what went through my mind, but then Charizard dies to solar power anyway, so it's like, it sucks,
but I mean, what is Alakazam gonna do? That's the real question.
Right.
And then we do see Sea King, so we're gonna get a little bit of info on that set. It's not a ton of damage. Okay, so it gets a knockout. Sea King gets. Oh my God! Hyper Voice there.
Back to back.
Was that Hyper Voice?
It sure was.
That's also probably
it
double
sure
KO.
was.
I would guess. Well, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't kill Sea King, but
yeah, we still have Tailwind up. Here comes my priority.
So right? first impression on Alakazam and Dragon Dance, I would go here. But then there's the Ice Beam.
It's a good switch.
Okay, so he's privy to that.
We talked about the Ice Beam, so I knew it was coming.
Really don't.
Right?
Yeah, we really don't want to see Ice move here. Yeah, Ice Beam. That's really little damage though.
Very little. Multi-scale is so good.
Yeah. So if you want to pause it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we before said that Sea King does have Ice Beam, but its special attack is really low, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So it's just good awareness on your part to not be scared of that Ice Beam, just because you know that Dragonite's going to take it, and you take advantage of it getting that Dragon Dance, and then the Protect. Hopefully, that's going to pay off. This is something I like to do a lot, is set up then protect. It's something I did with Moltres a lot last season. It's basically just you establish yourself as the threat by setting up, and then you throw up a protect and knock something key out. So I would like to see maybe a Leech Life into Sea King. Hopefully that knocks it out. But,
yeah, and with Assault Vest on the Golisopod over there, I felt like it's not even double up.
Yeah, it's not particularly worried. All right, so yeah. Protect paying off there. Protect paying off. Oh, huge protect.
Huge protect.
Yeah, so really nice protect by you. Oh, but you go for the drill run.
Drill run does not finish it.
I don't think Leech Life would have gotten Sea King, so I don't know that it matters.
It would. Sea King's defense is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would go for the KO. Whatever that means. Hopefully you didn't double this. Ooh, that's a big lift. Okay. So the Leech Life does kill. Alright, so now you're in a very... I mean, Alakazam is coming in. Now you're in a very tough spot. I don't think anything... Oh, no. You're not in a tough spot.
No.
I don't think anything can kill Golisopod, so you protect, kill one, and then you have a 2v1.
We also... Dragonite is calced. Dragonite is calced to outspeed Alakazam, so this game's a wrap.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so... Super clean, then. It's job pulling that back after the two T-waves, the two full paras. I think you played that Dragonite quite expertly. I think textbook setup sweeper play, which is what you need to win with setup sweepers. Is you need to be really methodical like that because they're so slow to set up. But yeah, just nice job rolling with the punches. I mean, you won despite those two full paras, so I think it's pretty good indication that you were quite in control. And then just seeing that Charizard this game, and I was definitely right that the Charizard and the Duraludon are the focal points. So you can play around that. I think Tauros should probably come in the lead next game. But I would also expect to see Runerigus and possibly Stunfisk next game, but definitely Runerigus. So I would keep that in mind. Yeah,
Golisopod felt so good into the team that he brought. And then the Dragonite plan just kind of worked to perfection. I mean, it could have died to that Ice Beam. Or
it was at a roll.
I don't know if it was a roll. I didn't calc it, but I mean, I lived with what.
With how close it is, with how close it is, I would imagine.
So yeah, focusing on the Duraludon here might not have been the best choice. Could have cost me the game. Maybe I got lucky on a roll. I don't know. And even if I did get lucky on a roll, Golisopod might have been able to do it by himself. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
really
honestly, I mean, yeah, because you get the Leech Life damage back on from Alakazam, and then you have the Assault Vest for both of them. Or no, not both of them. We saw physical Duraludon, which wait, did we? See Dragon Claw? I think
yes,
we did.
You
did
Dragon
just
Claw.
Hover over it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was also something we predicted in prep.
Mm-hmm.
So
worked out.
So I like,
yeah, it was a tough one. The double para kind of hurt, but then also maybe a little misplay there, targeting the Duraludon instead of the Sea King, and maybe got lucky. So RNG definitely played a role both ways.
Yeah, I would just switch sides again.
Yes, you got it.
And you can go slow over really slow. It should be fine, I think.
Oh, I didn't even realize that clicked really slow. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's see what the leads are here for game 2.
Yeah,
so,
I really want to see a Tauros here. But I mean, if you had any major thoughts between games, you should definitely share them too.
My thoughts were that the stuff that I planned for was, even though Crawdont didn't come, I feel like the team that I brought performed really well. Sylveon had those 2 full paras, right? And if it didn't, the game wouldn't have been as close. So I am thinking...
did you run it back?
I absolutely did.
Interesting. I would have run Tauros.
Because I also thought that he would
Rune as I predicted.
Yeah, and that's what I thought
so you
too.
did this, yeah. So you did the Sigilyph expecting to Rune.
Yeah, I was expecting.
And yeah, I was right. The Rune Stunfisk is a mode, and that's what we see here. So here I'm looking Whirlwind Hyper Voice, certainly.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what he clicks. Probably Discharge, and Trick Room, but I don't know.
That's exactly what I thought he would do. I mean, I didn't know what the Stunfisk was going to do, if I'm going to be honest with you, but I was expecting Trick Room here.
It's got to be Discharge.
Yeah, and I brought Whirlwind specifically for this. So
well, actually, I'm not gonna say gotta be, because it could be any number of things, realistically.
Now that was huge.
Oh, and he saw the throat spray game 1.
Didn't think about it.
A little bit of a misplay. Yeah.
So that was huge. That's something that we actually didn't talk about in prep either, that it could have played a role, and it did.
Yeah. No, that's huge. Yeah, and Discharge this. So there's
Discharge.
I'm shocked that he didn't go for that Trick Room.
Do you see this shit? Do you see this?
Oh my god! Oh, I saw the. Oh my god!
Ben's a cheater, right?
He's cheating. He got the double and the full.
He's got to be cheating. All right. So we get the Whirlwind, and look what we bring out. Great.
I thought he got the full. Sorry, I got the full.
Yeah. Okay, so Charizard comes in.
That's like the worst possible Whirlwind for you, unless you have Tauros in the back. You just ran it back, so I don't think you have Tauros in the back.
Yeah. So we do not have Tailwind.
So are you gonna lose this game? You might.
It doesn't look great.
You're gonna full para. You're about to full para.
It doesn't look great right now. Right.
I mean, you're just clicking Hyper Voice again.
Down goes the Sigilyph. Of course, we're clicking Hyper Voice. Yeah.
Wow, that is remarkable.
We eat an Eerie Impulse.
Okay, so you're switching out probably. Or can you even? This is already like pretty tough.
It's a rough start.
What can you do here? So you don't know, whatever that thing is called, full moveset. Might have something weird. Might have T-Wave. Charizard can't threaten Dragonite a ton. So you might just want to D-Dance here just because you need something. I would consider switching Sylveon. I don't know if I love switching Sylveon.
Yeah, at this point it's already paralyzed, so I'm like, whatever, just keep it out there.
Yeah, but it also has the -1.
Yeah, true. I decided to keep it in. He
goes
for the switch.
He just switched. Oh, so he's going Discharge.
So we do get the Dragon Dance here.
Decent damage still. Discharge? Yeah. Wow. Para?
Not this time. We finally don't get Para.
Okay, so the waterfall we already see.
We already calced to KO this.
Dragon Claw might have also been a KO from there.
Dragon Claw, I believe, was a roll. I think Dragon Claw did like 55.
Okay, so
something, yeah.
Wandering Spirit probably doesn't matter here, but I think it's actually probably preferable to multi-scale since you have no way to get back up there.
Well, multi-scale's already gone too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
You have no way to get back. You have no way to get back up to multi-scale, so Wandering Spirit might actually be better.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So that's interesting. Oh man,
can you believe this?
Yeah, that is wild.
It's not right. It's not right, Ben.
I mean, look, this is why I drafted Rotom Fan.
Yeah,
Charge is like the best move.
Yeah, it is. So it's not doing anything. That's Stunfisk for you. That's the problem.
All right, so that's
so we outspeed
Dragon Claw into there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, are you just gonna win this anyway? Unless you get parried. Oh no, you're good. Oh, so you won it anyway. Waterfall definitely KOs this, I think.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
So in spite of getting paralyzed, three different Mons paralyzed over the course of 2 games, full para on Sylveon almost every turn that it's on the field, still managed to win it.
That was quite the game, or quite the set, Daddy. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, it was a really strong set. I think it goes to show the power of prep, right?
Yeah, I think it also shows the power of Dragonite.
Dragonite is insane.
He had nothing. Like, he brought the Ice Beam. Like, that might be a lot of the reason why Seeking came, is to throw out Ice Beams, and it was totally not enough. Which is pretty remarkable, and I think is a good way for you to strike fear in your opponents, because Dragonite was totally dominant. From your perspective, I mean, it worked out game 2 anyway, but I probably would have led Tauros. I don't know that would have been better with what he led, actually, so yes, maybe you were right in just trying to make him prove you wrong.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't lead at game 2 is because I really didn't expect to see Charizard in front again. I figured, like, if he didn't get those full paras game 1, I think I win that pretty handily. So I figured he would try something different, probably go Trick Room mode, and turned out to be right. And that's what I prepped for. That's what the Sigilyph was for.
Yeah. And then from his perspective, I'm kind of shocked that he brought Charizard with no Alakazam and over Duraludon in the back. It just seemed like he had very little way through that Dragonite, and then he got himself into another situation where he had no way through the Dragonite. So, I mean, you definitely put the pressure on him, both in prep, and I think, just your team's strength. So, yeah, just really nice job. I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, man, I think we've said all that needs to be said. The Dragonite was definitely the key. The Dragonite and maybe the Sylveon. Sylveon, unfortunately, got paralyzed over and over and over again.
No. You should own the Dragonite being the key, because I was skeptical and thought that Sylveon is more important. So you should make fun of me.
I mean, that choice band outrage set, you know what I mean? Because with no Dragon resists and really no strong counters to Dragonite overall, especially with multi-scale, there's no way to one-shot it, right? So I figure if there's a way to get off a Dragon Dance, we just win, and that's what happened this week. So Sam, thanks for joining me. I really had a great time. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I feel like it's really cool to talk to other people, see things differently, kind of start to think about the game a little bit differently. The plan worked out really well this week. Shouts out to Ben. I love playing against Ben. He's so creative, always has really fun, interesting teams. So I love to play Ben. Good luck with the rest of the season to Ben. Thanks again, Sam, for joining me, and thanks everybody else for watching. If you guys are interested in this series, and maybe you want to be a co-host sometime, let me know. Reach out. Hit me up on Discord or leave a comment down below.
Not in Discord. Leave comments. Leave 1,000,000 comments.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe also. Thank you. All right. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you.